Yes, students, today we are going to discuss the software requirement specification. It is also called as the SRS document. SRS document is used in the requirement gathering phase to describe all the requirements of the product which has to be built, or of the software or the services those are desired. SRS describes the functionality the product needs to fulfill, and it is information for all the stakeholders. A typical SRS includes the purpose of the project, an overall description. The best SRS document define how the software will interact with when it is embedded in hardware or when it is connected to other software. The inclusions of a proper SRS document are the purpose, intended audience, intended use, scope, definitions, acronyms, overall description, including user needs, assumptions and dependencies, system features and requirements. This include the functional requirements, external interface requirements, and system features. The purpose defines why the need arised or what is the motive behind making or developing the project or the product. Without the purpose, it is difficult for the user or the developer to understand why a particular project has been come into picture. Intended audience. It is essential to know for whom the software has been designed. For example, if it is a educational website, that means it is meant for the students who are going to enroll for a particular course. Intended use. What is the use of the software? Scope. The limitations and boundaries are described in the scope segment of the SRS document. All the definitions and acronyms pertaining to the project are described in this particular section. This defines each keyword or element used. Overall description consists of different stakeholders, the user needs, various assumptions and dependencies made, the features and requirements, the system features which are expected. This includes the functional requirement, external interface requirement, and the system features. SRS is a complete description of the behavior of the system to be developed. It includes a set of use cases which describe all the interaction that the user will have with the system. It describes, as I've already said, about the functional requirement and the non-functional requirement. The functional requirement define the internal working of the software, that is the calculations, technical details, data manipulation, processing, and any other specific functionality. Non-functional requirements impose constraints on the design or implementation, such as the performance requirements, quality standards, or design constraints. The purpose of SRS document is providing a detailed overview of the software product, its parameters, and its goal. A SRS document describes the project's target audience, its user interface, hardware, and software requirement. It basically describes how the team, client, and audience will see the product and its functionality. That is all about the SRS document. Thank you.